Welcome back, guys. We are here for our next session, next episode. We are going to talk generally about the role of parents in the development of grassroots and youth football. Parents play an important role. In most places, training is conducted on a weekend, on a Saturday and Sunday, and the rest of the 5 days, these kids spend with their parents most of the time at home, and we need these parents to help us develop these players, immaterial whether they are going to be elite players or they are going to play only for recreation. It doesn't matter, but we are going back to our original thought of football is education. Football molds a player into a complete adult. So basically that is the gist of the theme. And let me introduce you guys to our guest today. We have Muru here. Muru will introduce himself, but he's a footballing guy. And we have Richard Tan, and Richard is from Subang Jaya Community Football. He will introduce himself later after this. We have to hear from the administrator, coach's perspective from Muru, and we will hear from the administrators and parents' point of view, maybe from Richard. So let's get into it. Now, Muru, introduce what you do in football for the benefit of the people.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. My name is Muru. Currently, I'm an officer with the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and I'm also the General Coordinator for PJCT FC's Super League team. And me and my friends, we have a club called First Touch Football Club, and we conduct grassroots training for kids under 12. So that's basically about myself. Have been involved in football. When I was younger, I was playing, but now I'm just playing social football and more into administration side and also coaching kids.
Thank you, Muru. Richard?
Hi, I'm Richard. I am from the Subang Jaya Community Sports Club. We organize a community football league. And we've been doing so since the year 2001. This is our 20th year. We're just a loose collection of parents. We're not a professional outfit. We're just here for our kids so that we can use football as a platform to build community. That is our main objective. And once in a while, if we can produce one or two good footballers, that's a bonus. But the primary focus is to build a community using football. Yeah.
Excellent. There are very, very few community-based football setups throughout the country. Yeah, it's good to hear that you guys have been sustaining yourself for the last 20 years. Many would have closed along the line, but I'm very happy to hear from you and Farouk that you guys are still sustaining yourself and it's still going on strong. Yeah. Now, Richard, what do you think would be the role of a parent in developing or in playing football? How do you see football as a tool from a parent's perspective in developing a player?
I can only refer my reference point lah. My experience would be via my involvement in the SJC YFL, which is the Subang Jaya Community Youth Football League, right? And I have been involved there as a parent, as an administrator in this activity. So from our perspective, the role of a parent is fundamental. It is critical. It is very important. because our outfit relies heavily on a spirit of volunteerism. As I said earlier, we are a loose collection of parents. So without parents' support, we wouldn't exist. But, and furthermore, as we move on over the years, old parents will go because the kids grow up and new parents come in. And at the same time, but the one thing that is constant is the involvement of parents. So that's why it's very critical, it's very important. Parents are there to nurture the kids. But our parents are also volunteer coaches, and they get involved in all aspects of the kids' development within our activity. And if you take it from a wider scope at grassroots level, I think coaches can only do so much. Ultimately, parents at a young level, we're talking about kids say between, I don't know, 7 and 12, or maybe even up to 14. Parents are one of the main guiding voices for kids, you know. They will be the moral compass, they will teach the kids the right way. So I think parents are very important.
But you say they could guide them, they are the moral compass. Sometimes you would have also encountered a negative approach from parents.
Yes.
How do you overcome that?
I think like a human nature is such that there will always be, for every positive, there's always a negative. And we're talking about the ideal. The objective is to, you know, parents get involved, but no parent wants to be a negative influence. I mean, sometimes they may be a bit
unknowingly
overly enthusiastic, shall we say, maybe slightly misguided in their approach, you know, whereby they forget that in their enthusiasm for their kids in their various teams to do well, they tend to overdo it a little bit, you know. So unfortunately, there will be parents who do this, and where we can, we try to guide the parents as well. Maybe remind the parents that, you know, let the kids be kids, because I think earlier in another program you were talking about the fun in fundamentals. So at this age, right, while we are teaching them fundamentals, we mustn't forget the fun part, and that is important. So when parents who are like overly enthusiastic, where it becomes a little bit negative, we need to remind them that, you know, hey guys, chill, put the fun back there. They're kids after all, right?
Muru, what kind of problems have you guys encountered in your endeavor in running this grassroots program?
I would say parents nowadays they are more concerned about their kids. Like they are sending their kids for trainings, and for sure they want their kids to excel in football. And the main reason they are sending their kids for football is because the passion of maybe the father or mother interested in football, and most importantly the passion of the kids. So sometimes what these parents, you know, we understand that they want the best for the kids, and sometimes parents, you know, they put so much of pressure on kids, expecting them to perform, and then during a match, you know, sometimes the professional players also, they have a bad day, they couldn't perform. Like kids, you know, on a certain day they couldn't perform well, and these parents, I would say they won't get angry, but they get disappointed with their kids' performance. So, you know, that disappointment sometimes, maybe they don't know how to express their disappointment. So I wouldn't say that they are angry with the kids, but they are just disappointed with the performance. And sometimes some parents are very understanding. You know, those from the footballing culture, they know, okay, today my kid didn't play well. They take it positively, but some they get disappointed, and then they tend to like show faces to their kids. So what we can do is that, you know, because being a coach, we are only with the kids like maybe twice a week, and the training sessions is only like 2 hours per day. So we can advise the kids only so much, and the rest is up to the parents. And sometimes we will advise the parents not to go too hard on the kids, because after all they are kids, they got long way to go. They will gradually improve. Definitely they will improve. So definitely I think parents, they need to take in a lighter note.
You will definitely agree with me if I say that a session should be as good for the kid to tell the dad, I want to go back tomorrow. Instead of them coming back and saying that, Dad, the coach is scolding lah. I don't want to go tomorrow. So that's where I think the fun part comes. I think coaching plays a very important part in grassroots.
Yes.
Yeah. And I would say it's good to involve parents as volunteers to come and help coach. Yeah. What is your take on that? What would you say on that? So that the parents would understand the coaching much better. Because I think the coaching part is always easier to tackle. It's only when the competition comes, because along the line you got to play some matches. Yeah. But in Subang Jaya, I think you guys are already into it. Do you all have coaching sessions and then followed by tournaments, or you just organize tournaments and just play?
We have an in-house league. And matches are normally played, say, on a Sunday, and on a Saturday, that's where the coaching happens. Takes place. Yeah. So coaching on Saturday, matches on Sunday. Yeah.
Okay. Muru.
Yeah, I agree with the part that you were telling, that parents must be involved in coaching, because when we involve the parents, they know what's actually happening. They know how the coaches are training the boys, the positive values that's being imparted during the coaching sessions. It's just not about football that we are coaching. It's like punctuality, respecting your friends, respecting your opponents, respecting the elder people, teamwork during the sessions, all those things is something that we need to incultivate at a very young age for those kids. So if parents, they come and join us, and if they can see all this, I think it will give a positive image to the parents.